Welcome to another episode of the Muffed Sports Show. I'm your host, Hayden Haynes, and join me today is Cody Hart and a special guest, Jay Pruitt, for the first time. Welcome in, Jay.
Yeah.
Big dog on the program. Yes, sir. Jay, give us a little introduction. Just say what teams you rep and where you reside right now.
Man, I'm back in Tuscaloosa. That's the number one team for me right there. The
Yes,
Crimson
sir.
Tide.
Yes,
We
sir.
we
Yeah.
we yeah, you already know how we get down with the get down over here. And born and raised Tuscaloosa too now, so ain't
Oh,
no
yeah.
bandwagon.
Nope.
Uh-uh.
Ain't no bandwagon, never that. And then the NFL, I rock with the Indianapolis Colts. I see that we're gonna have to talk about that today. So they're gonna be a little hard one for me to do. Uh
All of our
NBA,
teams,
I
bro.
rock
All
with
of
the
our teams
Boston
lost.
Celtics. I rock with the Boston Celtics and the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
And if we got any fans from the Northeast, they're gonna be watching this. Don't question me and want to chop my head off for liking the Celtics and the Yankees. I got reasons behind them, and I'm gonna make them quick. My first sport was baseball. Derek Jeter was my favorite player. I played shortstop. So boom, Yankee.
Oh,
And
Boom.
then my grandma, her husband was originally from Massachusetts, and he moved down to Alabama and made our whole family Celtic fans. So
Okay.
I don't want to hear nothing from nobody in no comment section. No, none of that. Not nan bit of it about me
That's
being no
that's a
bandwagon.
that's a good reason. I'm not gonna
that's
lie. I
good
didn't I
reason.
didn't even really know that, Jay.
A
I'll
lot
get
of
that.
people don't know it, but I got reasons.
Well, that's
Mhm.
cool.
Oh,
I
and I
respect
guess
that.
since it ain't no team, we got to add in the greatest player in the world. That also make me kind of be. It make me miss Celtics games sometime with this motherfucker. Ooh.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry about that.
Kevin Durant, baby. Kevin Durant, baby.
Yes,
KD,
sir.
KD trade five. That's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
know
can't lie.
I know you rock with KD, but yeah, welcome to the program officially. Been a want to have you on for a minute. We're gonna get some other people on too as the season goes on, just to get some other perspectives and talk ball and fantasy, hopefully. But
Oh yeah.
today, obviously, we're gonna talk about what happened in the NFL Week 1, and clearly, we got to break down all of our predictions from last week and the Week 2 of college football, and then we're gonna talk about what's happening Week 3. And then at the end, we're also gonna predict what's going on Week 2 for NFL as well. And at the very end, we're gonna rant about fantasy and just kind of let off some steam if it was a bad week, which I know it was for Cody.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I want to say all of our teams lost in the NFL, bro. All of our teams,
All
Titans, Colts, y'all are in the same division, so that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
yeah.
Titans, Colts, and the Falcons. I was at the Falcons game. It was terrible. But we'll talk about that when time comes. Just want to get that out the way. So we're all in this together, boys. We can just
Quick
we'll talk
interjection,
through it.
bro.
You're
As
good.
a seasoned Titans hater, I think they had the worst loss though, and I feel the
Oh,
worst.
for
I
sure.
feel the worst for Cody
It
out
it
of us
hurts,
two.
man.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Pain everywhere.
Pain
Hey, I
everywhere.
feel the worst for Cody, bro.
That was rough, brother.
It's
You
rough.
already was winning an anomaly of a game, and then you lose it like that.
Mm.
Don't even let them score and they
Yeah,
win.
How's that even, dude? The same with the Falcons. I mean, the Steelers kicked 6 field goals and won,
yeah. Like Chris Boswell had just about as many points as
bro.
Jake Moody did on fantasy.
Bro,
Yeah.
I know. Falcons destroyed the punter's leg, took that boy's leg off, and they still won.
Took 'em out.
Don't even get me started. All right,
Boy, Bijan.
yeah, Bijan, man. He's the only thing we got right now. All right, college football week 2 recap. Obviously, the biggest game was big noon kickoff between Texas and Michigan. We did predict that Texas would blow them out. It did happen. I don't know what do you think about this game, Jay? Like before, did you have Texas beating them by a lot or what?
Um, I haven't talked to you about college football in a long time, so you really
No.
don't know about none of my opinions for
Uh-uh.
real.
Okay.
I do. I too did think Texas was gonna blow their ass out. So
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a beatdown.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I thought it was gonna be a little bit quicker of one. Like they really didn't start pulling away. Even though they had a good halftime lead,
Yeah.
they wasn't like I thought they were gonna be like 50 something to 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were gonna drop a 50 ball on them. They almost did it to some degree, but
They probably could have, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I thought they were gonna drop a 50 ball on them. And the reason why I think that because after what Quentin Ewers did against us 2 years ago,
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, I think that boy gonna be the best NFL quarterback out of all the dudes that's coming out of here this year.
But
He's
he's
Like,
like
looking he's
the
looking
most
good right now.
ready. He
yeah,
seems like
I
the
like
most
you could throw
ready.
him in the league right now and he gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
like
he
straight up.
really is like moving in the pocket really well right now.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and you know what they say about all NFL quarterbacks, no matter how good or bad they are, they can all shred zone defenses.
Yeah.
So I just remember 2 years ago when we played him, like every time we played zone, he found a hole. Boom,
Hmm.
got it there. I'm like,
Yeah.
So
You saw the first touchdown where he stepped up in the pocket and then delivered that dart in the back of the end zone
to the tight end.
Yeah, that was a nice play by him. But
That
I mean,
boy hard, man.
he was just perfect. Like he hasn't messed up at all since I've seen him play this year. And last
Nope.
year he was good too, but he's getting better, and that's scary because Texas is already loaded. And
I swear.
Isaiah Bond's doing his
And
thing.
Bond gonna go over there.
For real, bro. I
That was-
know. That was, I mean, we're all Bama fans. We can talk about that, man. That was tough.
Yeah.
But like we got Ryan Williams. It's okay.
Yeah.
We good.
I ain't worried about that no more.
No.
Hollywood.
Then we
Hollywood's looking
replaced
good.
Caleb Down with Keon Sabb. That boy Keon
That boy Keon was crazy week 1. I was
and toted it like a receiver when he was returning it.
I know. That was
He knew
good.
what to do.
I swear.
So with Texas though, I think they started out missing a field goal. Like they drove all the way down. I think they missed a field goal. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did. And then they got to stop because Michigan can't do anything on offense. Also, let's talk about Donovan Edwards being on the cover of NCAA and then not being able to do anything.
Can't do nothing.
And we all said, like, I don't know about you, Jay, but we were all like, that's crazy that he's on the cover. Like, could have been Ollie Gordon or something. Like, I don't know.
I was about to say this could be ignorant speaking because I think you already know this. Ever since we got to college and started playing fantasy and all that, I have kind of put college football a little bit on the back burner toward NFL a little bit for the most part. I watch a lot more NFL now. But I mean, I still watch enough football. I was a sports media major, so like I paid attention. Why? Like why is he on the cover? Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Blake Corum get like 60-70% of their carries last year?
Yeah,
if not more.
He wasn't even good last year. That's the thing. He was good as freshman and sophomore year. Then he didn't do anything last year. But I think it's because
a transfer or something. Like
I don't think so, but I just think like something happened last year where they just were like, screw it. We're giving Corum the ball like every play basically. And I think it was it is what it is. Like Donovan's regressed for whatever reason, but basically I think they put him on the cover just because it was Michigan and come off the Natty. And like who else do they have right now? They could have just put on what's the dude, the corner that's like coming out. Will Johnson. They could have put him on there, but I guess they already had Travis Hunter, so like it was whatever. It was just a weird thing to do. Like Donovan,
it was very
weird. But I don't want to stick on that too much. I just thought that was interesting. But he has been terrible. Like actually, really not like not even a factor. So
you know what his yards per carry is?
It's like 2.9 or something. I don't even know. It's like it's
bad. One second.
It might be. You're good.
I don't gotta go nowhere for real.
It might be like, honestly, Cody, it might be like 2. Like it was rough.
Dude, I think it was like it was not good.
He had, let's go and see here. Oh no, I mean it wasn't that bad. But his season stats are not good.
What's it like? It's like 80 something.
19 carries for 68 yards, 3.6.
We got some people at the front though.
Okay, you good?
No, we good.
All right. So basically, yeah, he had an okay game. I only gave him the ball 8 times. He had 41 yards, but on the season, he's got 19 for 68, 0 tutties.
This Donovan.
And the guy that's on the cover.
68?
Yeah, for the season so far.
I know he got clamped the week before, but in the first half, I think he busted off like his first 5 carries for like 30 yards.
Yeah, he had 8 for 41, no tutties, and he had no catches. 1 catch for 2 yards. I mean, he's just been rough, dude. And then the quarterback
last Saturday was his best performance. They just got so far behind it. They couldn't run the ball.
They couldn't. Yeah, I think he'll bounce back. But like the thing is with Michigan, I mean, they do have a good defense, and I mean they can run the ball at times. But I feel like they lost so much. It's just like they're not going to win a lot of games. They're going to be like 8-4 or something. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much to cover else in that game. We basically hit on. I mean, Ewers was dialed in. I mean, they made some big plays early, and basically they just knew they had to score like more than 20 points, and they did.
Yeah.
And then moving on, I mean, the other game after that.
Quick though.
Yeah, you're good.
I made a bet. What the final score was?
31-12.
So yeah, they scored 43. The line was 42.5, and I took.
You went over? Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Was it like a late score or something or not?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a late field goal by Michigan or something like that.
Yeah,
because they had 1 touchdown.
Yeah, bro. Like I was like, no, because at halftime I'm like, oh, that's an easy hit. Texas finna drop by 30 more, and they barely hit it.
Alone.
Yeah, they barely hit it.
Well, another team that is in the top 5, just like Texas, is Notre Dame. and they got absolutely upset by Northern Illinois. And I don't think a damn soul had that on the radar. If you
No.
did, I mean,
Nobody.
I want to see the slip, the parlay, the bet, whatever it was. I need to see that because I mean, I was looking up at the bar like I told you. I was looking at this game. I was about to go to the Braves game. I'm like looking up. I'm like, why is Northern Illinois about to kick a game-winning field goal right now? I didn't watch a damn play, and
Had to like
I
wipe
was
your eye
shook.
like this.
I'm like, did Riley Leonard die? And then I checked the box score. He had 2 picks, no tutties. And then basically, for people that didn't watch the game, because I'm sure a lot of people didn't, they Northern Illinois had 198 passing, 190 rushing. They were balanced. They had no turnovers. They had only 16 points, but they held Notre Dame to 14, and they controlled the time of possession. That's how they won because they had 35 minutes time of possession to Notre Dame's 24. And then when you do that plus the 2 turnovers, you're not going to win football.
You're not gonna win no
You
game.
ain't winning nothing.
Nah. So I don't even know what to say other than that. I mean, the highlights, if you could look them up, they're 5 minutes and it's nothing. It's literally a quick slant tutty from Northern Illinois to start, and they like busted a tackle that dude should have wrapped him up for like a gain of 10. And then after that, I mean, Riley Leonard before scored like a little zone read like from the red zone, but then it was really nothing. And just the 2 picks. I mean, they couldn't really throw the ball. They had a decent day on the ground. Notre Dame did with like 120 rushing, but they really just screwed up turning the ball over and then not having the ball. So, I mean, obviously that happens. That's a correlation. When you turn the ball over, you're not going to have the ball. The other team's going to get the chance to run the clock down. Your defense is not going to be or your defense is going to be on the field too much, and then we all know how that goes.
Oh yeah, defensive snaps become premium at that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But to say all that, I mean, what do we think, Cody, about? I mean, this is an Alabama kid, Riley Leonard, that transferred from Duke. I mean, he was hyped up. I'm starting to think that this guy is not him at all. Like he's not.
No, I don't know. I coming into the season, I was high on. I was like, he could turn out to be really good, and he just hasn't looked good at all this season.
No.
Like that whole offense just hasn't been able to produce. I mean, we saw in the first game against Texas A&M, that was a great game, but both teams struggled.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't look up to par. And then coming into this week, I mean, obviously it's Notre Dame. You expect Northern Illinois to get destroyed,
Right.
and
It shouldn't
then
have been coached.
exactly. And I don't know. I think it's the whole team, not just Riley Leonard.
I wonder if it's
I was
like
about to
part
say
of the
that too.
yeah, it's definitely the offense is just not good right now. And then they lost Audric Estime, who just went on IR for the Broncos. But he was a good back, and I think they're just missing some of that. Plus, I know Sam Hartman didn't light the world on fire last year, but he was pretty good.
He
He's
was
definitely
good.
better than Riley
He moved the
Leonard.
ball.
Right.
Exactly.
So I mean, they're like another team that's losing weapons, and it's showing just like Michigan. But I feel like the biggest thing I take away from that is like sometimes when you transfer as a quarterback, it's not as easy as you think it might be. Just because you're going to a system like Notre Dame or like the coach seems great, it's going to fit your play style. I don't think it always is like that because another thing we're going to talk about here in a minute is Alabama at Wisconsin, and they have Tyler Van Dyke, the QB that was on Miami before this, and he transferred because he thought he was going to run the air raid, and Wisconsin was going to get him kind of like the numbers he wanted and all that stuff, I'm sure. But like right now, Wisconsin's struggling. So I'm just saying that to say like transferring it's not always better, to transfer as a quarterback. So just like DJU, like I've been down on him because I knew that he wasn't going to produce because what's he done since he's been in college? Nothing. So I mean, what is he going to do when he transfers for the third time? Nothing. Like I just don't have faith in these guys that are transferring after they've been in other systems. Like it's just like doesn't make sense. It's different when you're like, okay, when you're Quinn Ewers and you're like a highly recruit 5-star, like one of one kind of guys, and you go somewhere and then you don't play and you're like, okay, I'm going. That's different. But it's different when you're like I was kind of okay, I had flashes, I played like this school 2 years, and then now I'm gonna leave, and then it's like you go somewhere else and you're just like maybe I'm just a problem. And I think
basically what we're saying is nobody worse than Bo Nix should transfer because we clearly done seen that he can make it work by transferring, but I still was always down on him too. But I guess he found one spot for him because Oregon definitely was good enough for him to get drafted. But
right, and Dylan Gabriel's kind of the same thing for Oregon. Like I don't know, like he's looking okay right now. I think we're going to talk about them too in a minute, just because they got a close game that they just snuck out. But we're going to touch on right now Auburn losing to Cal. That's another upset I wanted to get on. I mean, that's another game that was happening at the same time kind of as the Notre Dame game. And I thought, Cody, we predicted that Auburn would probably cover that 13.5 against Cal. That was not the case. That was not.
If my phone was charged, I was taking it. My phone died on me.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Yeah, I know.
You got lucky.
You got lucky, sir. But
I got real lucky.
I went back and watched the highlights. I don't know if y'all really watched that game, but dude, I mean, Peyton Thorne is terrible.
Dude, I watched like that whole game, and he just couldn't pass.
Nothing.
He doesn't know how to read it.
The old Georgia quarterback from whenever we used to play against AJ McCarron.
Oh yeah.
He had a little breakdown. It was only like a 45-second breakdown, and he just showed like a clip. And it was one of the worst displays of quarterback play I've ever seen in this game. Like Peyton Thorne got a clean pocket. He dropped back. He's already out of his step drop. Like he got a clear view. I don't even know the Auburn receiver name, but he running a crossing route. Like right across midfield where their logo is.
Yeah.
The two DBs on the left side that's guarding the two receivers that's on the left side, they backs are turned to Peyton Thorne. They already bailed trying to keep up with their receivers. He got the whole middle of the field to put the ball. Like, dude was open at the right hash and you going to the left. Mm-hmm. They said that if he would have threw the ball, he could have got it completed by the left hash. He waits just for some odd reason with no pressure, nobody guarding the dude that's wide open until the edge rusher come and hit him in the arm and make him throw a wobbly ball and he get picked out.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I know. And then he's throwing he's just throwing things up. Like he's really not even looking. Like he's just saying
Hail Mary.
I don't know what to do here. I'm going to just throw this thing. But like,
he go to Madden and hit Hail Mary every play, I guess.
Nah, but I honestly, other than that, I want to say Cal played a clean game, kind of similar to Northern Illinois, where they didn't turn the ball over. The quarterback played better than Peyton. Obviously, didn't take much, but like he had that nice little that first touchdown was like a good ball placement in the back of the end zone. And it was just a nice throw, and I was like, okay, this dude's like he's locked in, and to go to Auburn and do that, it's not easy, bro. So like, I'm gonna give my credit or shout out to Cal because I don't think anybody thought they were going to do that. And, they looked on the field. They looked like similar to Auburn as far as like their players. Like nobody looked bigger. Yeah. Nobody looked faster. It was just like, and it makes you think, does this mean that like this is what happens now with the transfer portal and the NIL? Like, is this what we're going to see more? No SEC dominant teams? Like, what's it? Like,
the best receiver on the field was Cal receiver that had their 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just getting balanced more and more. And I think we're going to see a lot of these teams struggle that we're not used to with these smaller schools. And it's going to be fun for football fans. But at the end of the day, it's going to be crazy to see who gets in the playoffs. Because, I mean, early on in the year, we got teams losing that are supposed to be in the playoffs as a lot. LSU, Notre Dame. I mean, Auburn's not not going to be in the playoffs, but like Florida, their schedule's crazy. Yeah, Florida State, all these teams, whatever. But it's just crazy. And I know we gotta kind of like roll through these games because there was a lot. But basically, another game that was almost almost an upset was Bowling Green almost beating Penn State. Did not watch this game a lot, but I know Penn State was down a lot in the beginning and they came back. But it's another team that's like, what are they doing? Because they look so good against West Virginia week 1, Cody. And we're like, these guys, Drew Aller figured it out. The defense is legit. They can run the ball with Nick Singleton. What are they going to like? How are they going to lose a lot this year? And then they almost pull this shit off where they almost fucking lose to Northern Illinois, or I'm sorry, Bowling Green, which, I mean, shout out Bowling Green. Maybe they're a little bit better than I think, but
they were winning majority of the game.
Yeah.
They
had the ball for a minute. Every time I looked up and like I had the quad box going, they had the ball.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. They had 2 interceptions from their quarterback, 2 touchdowns, and then that's probably why they lost those 2 picks. But at the end of the day, they ran for 121. They threw for 254. And then Drew Aller had 2 tutties in a pick. But, I mean, they were running that rock. That's how they won. They had 234 yards on the ground between Singleton and Katron Allen. So, I mean, they're nice running the ball. But they gotta figure out just playing consistent football. Because it's like you think they have a great defense, and then they give up 27 like off the rip to Bowling Green, and you just don't know about Penn State. So I'm still like where I was on Penn State. I feel like they're just whatever they are. Like they're 9-3 or like 10-2. Like it's what it is.
They ain't no championship caliber team.
They're not a championship team. Moving on again, just to get through these college games, is Alabama and South Florida. Another situation could have been an upset. We didn't think we were really going to lose that. But at the end of the day, it looks bad as a fan of football. You're watching that. You're like 14-13 in the fourth. Are they about to do this?
Yeah.
And we know how that went. I mean, Bama turned it on because we know as Bama fans, it was the O-line. We're playing 2 backup tackles. You get fucking 10 penalties, and then all of a sudden you're in 14-13 against South Florida.
And the one who gets shat on the most from Tuscaloosa. that big ass dude,
Wilkin Formby? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
He went to
bro.
Northridge though, so it makes sense.
It's not Tuscaloosa County.
Nah, I ain't go to the TC,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Nah, so anyways, that was a scary one. But I wanted to say that, so basically they put in Elijah Pritchett at right tackle at the end to basically be like, all right, enough's enough. Because this dude was hurt and they didn't want him to get any more hurt. But he said probably like, all right, let me in, dude, because like we're getting screwed right now. And then they put him in. Bama scored 28. So I mean, I'm not worried. I know y'all might be a little bit worried. Personally, I'm not too worried about it because it's like, for one, South Florida has our number for whatever reason. 2, the tackles were an issue. We know that we're getting Elijah and Caden Proctor back this week. And that should be fine because I like our O-line when healthy. I really think it's one of the best in the country with Parker at center, Tyler Booker, and Jaden Roberts is a freak. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. When Bama runs the ball like they do, like, it's crazy. It's hard to stop them. And then the go route with Ryan Williams is like, it almost hit once again. I mean, he had that other tutty, but the go route on the right side of the field, he had it, and it was like a PI or some kind of flag. So
yeah. I was at this game.
Yeah, I saw that. So, what was that like in the stadium, Jay? Was the fans going crazy? Like, just
what was crazy was I sat right in the South Florida fans little section, and I'm like, and I actually was talking nice enough to the dudes and the girls that was around me. They were like, "Man, we thought Bama fans would have been kind of shitty." He was like, "Man, we went down to Baton Rouge one time for a game." And he was like, "Those fans are crazy." He was like, "Yeah, I would say I done already lost my voice from doing all this screaming, so I ain't finna be doing too much chirping at you now." So I was just like, I was just like, "See." So I had no plans on going to the game.
I was getting mad at some South Florida fans. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I was going to say, these South Florida fans last year, we were at the game in Tampa. First of all, it was the worst game ever. The rain and all that.
Rainy.
Second of all, the fans were terrible. Like the ones they were so bad, bro. They were Florida State fans disguised as South Florida fans. And because that's how it is around here. Like you go to South Florida, but you're really a Florida State fan. Anyways, to say all that,
they were truly a South Florida fan.
No, nobody. But they were terrible. I didn't want to cut you off, but that was it. Just had to say that.
No, I was saying that I found out 30 minutes before the game I was going. I had work at 8, literally in walking distance from the stadium over there from Rounders. So I literally got work at 8, the game at 6. I'm tailgating at 5:30 with my friends who are visiting from Huntsville and stuff. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, his mom like, "Hey, we got 3 tickets." And I was like, I look at Ben. I said, "Ben, you trying to go?" Ben was like, "No, man, I'm finna go home and go drink some more." I was like, "Shit, look, I already drank enough." His dad just poured me a glass of whiskey. I said, "I'm going inside."
Yeah,
I'm going inside.
I went to the game.
You gotta go. Sabin night, Sabin Field, bro.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. It was fun
cool.
though. It was fun.
Cool. Oh yeah.
Well, what do you think about the? I mean, just the fourth quarter. Like, was that what you wanted to see? Obviously, for the whole game. Do you think that's going to happen against Wisconsin or what?
So I genuinely, and it's gonna sound weird, but take the RPO, take the Jalen Milroe speed out of our system right now. This gives very much AJ McCarron, Kevin Norwood, run the ball, run, play action, something like that, like with a very balanced 50-50 type offense rather than that Bryce Young pass heavy where we threw the ball 80% of the time. And no offense, and I know I done got a lot of critique for this. Bryce Young had one of my least favorite offenses out of all the Alabama quarterbacks in recent history.
Yeah.
I felt like if we would have ran the ball more with Bryce, we would have won the title. We even ran the ball with Tua. I pull up numbers that really blow people's mind. Like Bryce threw the ball over 100 more times than Tua in his career. Yeah. And literally Tua got about 100 or so less yards. That don't add up. 100 passing attempts is 300, 400, 500, 600 yards. Like threw the ball way less. And I said 100 more times. He got like 300 more career passing attempts than Tua.
Yeah,
it's insane. And Tua don't even got less than 1,000 less yards than him. Tua is my GOAT at Bama.
Me too. By the way.
Tua is goated.
I've been
Tua
saying
is my Bama GOAT.
I like Bryce Young a lot, though. I mean, he's awesome for a lot of reasons. But I do
think this had nothing to do with his NFL play either.
Yeah, no.
Strictly in crimson.
But that's a good point you make about playing defense and then just setting up the play action, going deep, running the ball. I like
it.
that kind of football, and I think it's going to help us out in the long term when we play a lot of these tougher teams. But
Yeah.
against Wisconsin, essentially, I mean, I don't think we got to worry too much because they have not looked good. They've been struggling to score. Van Dyke has not looked good. They want to throw the ball. They really can't. They don't have the elite perimeter guys, and then their defense is not that great. But say all that, it'll be a loud atmosphere, crazy with the jump house, and we know
Crazy.
that big noon
Oh,
kickoff.
yeah.
So I will expect a dumbass penalty, a dumbass fumble, and I'm not gonna lie, like as long as they don't do that over and over again, I'm not worried. But if they
Yeah.
pull some dumb shit like where
I
it's
think
gonna
the
be a
game will
problem the
not
whole
be
time,
decided in the first half.
yeah,
It's
no,
gonna get
no.
decided in the second half.
They'll
Yeah.
pull away late or in the third or something, but they just need to come out the second half, figure out whatever you're doing wrong if they are, and then just turn up because there's no reason to be in this game with
Right.
Wisconsin. To get ready, get your bench players in the fourth quarter, rest them up, go on to the bye
Yeah.
week, and then you
But
play
we got a
Georgia.
dog fight the week after.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So that's really it for the. I mean, we got to roll through these. So I mean, I don't want to spend too much time because I mean, honestly, like, there's not. If it was us talking about Georgia band, we can sit here and talk about that forever. But with
Yeah.
Wisconsin, there's none we can really say other than just do your job. Don't turn the ball over. Don't have 10 penalties. That's
Right.
pretty much it. And then really going on to these other games, we'll just kind of fly through some of these. Boise State, Oregon was a great game. It was a shootout. Ashton Genty, is that how you say his last name? Am I saying
Yeah,
that?
that running back
Yeah. He had 6 tutties. Was that right?
video game.
6
Yeah, video
tutties.
game numbers.
And basically it was, what was it, 47-44 was the final score? I want to look at that again. But it was a walk-off field goal by Oregon at the end. So I mean, it took everything for them to win that game.
37-34 was the final
37.
score.
Sorry, 37-34 field goal to win it. And Dylan Gabriel was good. I mean, Evan Stewart was flying. You're making some big plays. They don't have a defense right now, which Dan Lanning usually is pretty good on defense. But Boise State's pretty good, and they could be that team that's the what am I trying to say? Make the last seed in the playoffs.
Oh, dark horse.
Right. So they could do it. I know a lot of people like them, and I think they look pretty good right now. But Oregon's got to figure it out. They're not going to be able to last in the Big Ten right now if they can't play defense. So
what they just did to Oregon, just walking into their crib, almost beating them, that proves like they're good.
they're good.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
for real.
The committee gonna remember that too. So
Exactly. Like that was anybody could have won that game.
they're not gonna get dropped far at all for the rest of the year unless they lose that.
But Oregon's already slipping in the polls. I mean, they're like down to 7 or something, maybe even further now. But I mean, they don't have an easy schedule for real. I mean, they're gonna play Ohio State, so
They were preseason number 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know they were ahead of us.
Nebraska handles Colorado. I mean, we don't got to talk about that too much. Colorado just looked bad. Shadur's just whatever.
Nebraska looked good. I will say that.
Nebraska Raiola's a good quarterback, man.
You know, I ain't no Uncle Tom and black dude, but I'm telling you, bro, I fuck with Shador. But I told you earlier, Quint Ewers is that one.
Yeah.
He that one. People think Shador gonna go first pick, but like he shouldn't.
Quinn's the better quarterback.
But
Quinn is the better quarterback.
I like Travis Hunter, man. I can't stop thinking about how good he is, dude, and how much he wants to win. And I feel bad that he's there in a way because it's like, imagine him at a powerhouse, at Bama, how elite that would be at anywhere like that. I mean,
Travis Hunter and Ryan Williams.
Dude, Travis Hunter on the defense even would be crazy.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
He might only just play DB if he played at Bama, though. He might not even play.
Saban's ass would have said, "You're only gonna be corner, bro."
Yeah,
he said, "You're not running any route." And then DeBoer would have been like, "Nah, we're gonna let you play both ways."
Yeah, we're gonna let you play
because he knows he's a cheat code, dude. That would have been so
sure.
fun. But he's gonna go to like some good team in the NFL and be a beast. But anyways, Oklahoma State, this was a crazy game. Oklahoma State and Arkansas was double OT, 39-31. They were losing Oklahoma State in the beginning by double digits and pulled it out at the end because Arkansas beat themselves. I know. I picked Oklahoma State, but
I did both. I said, I don't know who to pick. I'm doing 2 parlays.
Did one on both.
You gotta hedge these bets. Taylor Green, though, is the truth right now for Arkansas. The quarterback. He's a dual threat. Like right now, he's really able to run at will. He can throw the ball deep. He's really inaccurate. He's raw. Like he's exactly what you think when you think of those kind of quarterbacks. So I mean, he'll get better, and I think they're going to be a problem at just for some of these teams in the SEC because I mean they play obviously a tough schedule being in the SEC, but there's going to be some games that they're going to win that you're not really thinking they're going to win because they do have Bobby Petrino calling the offense, which is crazy. And Taylor Green's looking good, and they can run the ball with what's the running back? Jaquindon Jackson, or is that his name?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
He was crazy in this game. He had, first of all, Taylor Green 416 yards, a tutty and a pick. Jaquindon Jackson had 149 and 3 touchdowns on the ground.
I was just about to say 400
Yeah.
passing yards and 1 touchdown might not add up to
No.
somebody, but I was just about to say it's gonna court like
It's
you moving.
because they were running.
Somebody's
They were
scoring.
running in the red zone so much.
Yeah, I say somebody's scoring.
Yeah, so they got him the ball in the red zone. They had a wide receiver with 10 for 164. They were really good, but their defense didn't do enough. And both quarterbacks were really inefficient, but they threw for a lot of yards. It was a good, fun game. Oklahoma State, is about what I thought they were, but Ollie Gordon is disappointing, just like Donovan Edwards. So it's kind of weird. It's weird. They're selling out though. I'm sure he's getting a bunch of 8-man boxes, and it's just hard. But end of the day, that was a fun game. I was glad to see Oklahoma State win, considering I picked them. But
Ollie Gordon got shut down by South Alabama last year.
True.
South Alabama clamped him.
Maybe Ollie Gordon is just, one of those guys that gets better as the season goes on. But right now, it's just looking a little suspect. But to say that, there's 2 other games, SEC games we want to talk about. South Carolina goes into Kentucky and smokes them 31-6.
Was not expecting that.
Kentucky with Brock Vandagriff at the quarterback was not good. They look completely lost. They don't have a lot of weapons, and South Carolina looks good. They have a good D line. They have some dudes that are some dogs, and now they get to play LSU on College game day, which is crazy.
That's
never played.
After that though, they might give it to LSU, bro.
And it's supposed to be a monsoon there.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be
anybody can win.
I mean, exactly. You know how that place gets when Bama went there with Steven Garcia and what's his name, Steve Spurrier. Like that was a crazy tough game.
I remember. The game in South Carolina is not in Baton Rouge.
It's in South Carolina.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Their game day's going there for that reason because it's different. It's like they don't ever go there.
They don't never go there.
No. So I'm kind of leaning right now. We'll do our predictions in a minute, but I'm kind of leaning towards them just because the weather aspect, and they have been able to play good defense, but LSU is terrible at running the ball. If you look at their numbers, they're like 130th in the country. They had like 60 yards last week against nobody, and they can't really do a lot. And they lost their running back Emory for the season, which he's been hurt the last 2 years.
That's the one from US Russell.
I think it might be number 22 for them. He was pretty good, but he's out, and now they're throwing the ball. And I like Nussmeier, all right, but it's like he still hasn't shown me a lot. Kyron Lacey's pretty good at wide receiver, but I mean, it's going to be a tough game for them. We'll talk about that just in a minute. But Tennessee is the last game. They beat the hell out of NC State, which I thought was going to happen, Cody. Was there any surprises in that? I mean, Nico looked pretty great. He did throw 2 picks, though, but he still looked good. They scored 51 points. I mean, you can't really say much.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee looked – I mean, it was slow. It was like a slow build-up. Like, at first it was kind of like neck and neck, and then you kind of saw Tennessee just starting, here's a touchdown. Yeah. Here's another. What's NC State doing?
What's up with Grayson McCall for NC State?
That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't do nothing. I'm pretty sure. Let me go look at the stats real quick.
He didn't look good in the first game.
I know
they almost lost that one, right? Because they were like not trying to show their whole show their cards essentially, and then they almost lost that first one. But he's not looking good. NC State's not going to be that good anymore. Probably going on. I mean. I don't see honestly don't know why they were ranked because I was really
you gave Tennessee an extra rank dub, I guess.
Dude, I guess, but Tennessee is going to be a little overrated now. But I mean,
I think youth going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. They have a sneaky good defense, but I don't know how really good they are. But we'll see when they go play Bama and Georgia and all those other teams. But for now. Let's go into the week 3 matchups and just kind of like off the top of our head, give your pick and why, and then we'll move on to the next one. Essentially, like we just talked about, game day, LSU at South Carolina. And like we just mentioned, it's going to be a monsoon. I think it's a 12 o'clock game, which is kind of weird. So to say all that, is this a trap for LSU? Do they officially lose 2 games to start their 2024 season?
I think so, actually.
I do too.
I don't think they get beaten by 2 scores, but I don't think nobody gonna even lead by 2 scores in this game.
They're favored by 6.5 right now.
Yeah, like I don't think nobody will have a 10-point lead in this game at any point.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because of LSU's inability to run. And it's like in monsoon games, you get forced to run.
Yeah.
And if you can't run, you got to play some damn good defense. And
Right.
I can see their defense doing a little something. Who Harold Perkins, his name, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
linebacker. Yeah.
he probably best defensive player in the league if you want to
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
really? Yeah.
dude can really get to the quarterback as a linebacker, and I just feel like he gonna have to have a monster game for them to have
Yeah.
to be able to stick with him. Because South Carolina proved last week that they can put up some points.
Mm-hmm.
So
For real.
30 points in the college game.
Lenore Sellers is a solid young quarterback. I mean, I like what I saw from him. He's still raw, kind of like a lot of these guys in the league right now. But to say all that, I mean, they look like they have a pretty good defense, which I mean, Beamer is a good coach. I would expect the special teams to be good, just like his dad's teams were at Virginia Tech. I don't really know what that's going to look like in the monsoon, though. I mean, what are they going to really be able to do kicking wise if it's pouring? You know, so I don't
Yeah.
know if there's going to be a lot of points. Probably not. I would assume it's like a
Uh,
20-17 kind of thing, like a weird game
Yeah.
where South Carolina just has a lot of rushing yards, and then LSU doesn't. LSU is forced to throw, and they get in a weird situation where they're turning the
yeah.
ball over, and then they don't have the ball, kind of like we've seen in these other games where teams just hold the ball the whole time. So I mean, if that happens, then yeah, I'm leaning towards South Carolina, and I'm gonna pick South Carolina because they're getting a game day. And when's the last time they had a game day? Probably when Bama came to town or something.
And I don't even know if they had it then because that was such an upset.
Exactly. So I don't. Yeah, Georgia maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm gonna go South Carolina. What about you, Cody?
Yeah. I'm rolling with South Carolina. I like Lenore Sellers. He's like you said, he's raw, but he's talented. And if this game's a monsoon, like South Carolina, they can run the ball. And
Yeah.
like you said, like LSU can't.
Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. If you're playing a monsoon, I mean, you got to be able to run that rock, like Jay said.
Got
So
to.
yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be fun to watch. I think LSU will be screwed after that. There's no way they're gonna make the playoffs unless they were to literally win out. And that would be insane considering
Shame
the
about
games that they got
Italy.
to play. But to say that we got a primetime game Friday night between two ranked Big 12, right? Big 12
Mhm.
teams with Arizona, Noah Fafita and McMillan, the wide receiver that's like 6'5" and makes those crazy catches, versus the Kansas State Wildcats and Avery Johnson at quarterback. Kansas State's looked rough at times. They almost lost to Tulane. That's the game we did not talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Tulane's pretty good though, so I
Yeah,
can't
that's
I
about to
can't
say that.
hate on them
It's
too
good.
much. But do we think Arizona goes on the road and gets this dub? Because that's kind of where I'm leaning, just because I like No Fafita better than Avery Johnson. That's just me
Yeah.
though.
Don't let Avery Johnson go off and tote that rock. That's all I
That's
gotta
true.
say.
That's true.
Mhm.
Like, but if
Arizona doesn't really have a good defense, so you might
yeah,
be on.
if they can contain him, then they will win.
Yeah.
But if he go off for 75 plus rushing yards and a touchdown or two, I got Kansas State. I'm on the brink with that one. I don't know,
Yeah. I got
but I
you.
Yeah.
just know that he ran for 5 tutties in the game last year.
Yeah.
Like that boy,
Kansas State always got a running quarterback.
yeah,
Yeah.
he can run that damn ball.
Every damn season, bro. Like Will Howard and all these other dudes. They
Yeah,
had
I'm not
somebody a
really
long
sold
time
on either
ago.
team.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
That dude for Arizona is a dog at wide receiver, McMillan. He might be the best in the country at the end of it all,
Yeah,
honestly.
he is a dog.
Luther Burden, dude. I was about to bring him up. He has done nothing this season,
Nothing.
and I like him a lot. I thought he was going to be a dark horse for the Heisman. But
And
anyways, not looking promising. But we're gonna give our predictions quickly on Bama, Wisconsin. Let's just give a score prediction because I think we all are gonna say Bama. So I'm going 38-17. I just feel like Wisconsin's not gonna be able to score a lot.
you I was going somewhere similar, like 41-13, 41-17, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I like a 45-16, something like that.
Okay. So you think we're gonna be able to score, Cody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
I
don't see
think
that being Clint.
Just run the ball for real, bro. Just
exactly. I
run the
think we'll
ball.
run a little bit more, try to set up the play action a little bit more, obviously with
Well,
Ryan
Hollywood.
Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running down the field. I think we're gonna come out swinging this game because we need to prove this is our first
Yeah.
like big matchup. We need to prove ourselves this game.
DeBoer's gonna definitely be ready. I think. I think he's gonna be dialed in. They didn't really call the best plays in the beginning of that game against South Florida either.
No, they didn't.
I
They
just
got to
feel
get
like
back in the lab.
I also feel like they didn't want to. Like
No,
they didn't want to
they
show
weren't.
much still.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's another reason why too. I don't think we're gonna drop a 60 bomb on Wisconsin, just
Nah.
because of the fact that I feel like we're gonna reestablish the run game, and that's gonna
Yeah.
essentially take some clock.
For
Yeah,
sure.
they should just go on these old school Bama drives of 10 minutes and just run the ball 12 plays.
Run the ball.
Like,
Just run it.
I'm a Colts fan. You know how we got on our shirts. Run the damn ball.
Run the
Run
damn
the
ball.
Run the
Yeah.
damn ball.
Sneaky game right here is Boston College at Missouri in a top 25 matchup. Now, Missouri, like I said, Luther Burden hasn't done much. They've had another wide receiver step up. I think his name is Worse. I feel like he was there last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he transferred, but he was looking good. Obviously, they have not given up a point this season. I know they played nobody, but they have not. That's pretty impressive. You haven't allowed a touchdown or any field goals or anything. So
That's
Missouri,
impressive against anybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
Missouri's got a good defense. I like their coach, Eli Drinkowitz. I mean, Boston College, though, they have Bill O'Brien as the head coach. I mean, he's whatever, but at the end of the day, he knows offense. He's got a quarterback that's dual threat. The kid's smaller, but he's fast. We saw what they did to Florida State. Florida State's not good, though. So Missouri is definitely an upgrade. I would lean Missouri by probably 10 to 14, but I don't love like how I feel about that just because I don't really know because Boston College is sneaky right now. They're a team I can't really figure out.
Yeah. If I was looking at my sports book right now, and the game was today, and I just had to coin flip on what I was gonna do, but knowledgeably do it, I would probably pick Missouri money line in the over.
Okay.
Because I think it's gonna be some points scored in that game.
It's over under is 54.5 and the line
I think that's
16.5 right now is the line.
I think I got both teams possibly putting up 30.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah, both these teams can score. I myself like Missouri, but I think this could be like the game of the week.
Okay.
Like this game could be
Honestly.
Yeah. It could be insane. Like game of the year.
It's kind of crazy that at 12 we have Bama, Wisconsin, LSU, South Carolina, Boston College, Missouri.
Like
3 good games.
Yeah, we never really see it either.
Great game.
Yeah, you would think that all 3 of them could be primetime slated, I think.
Right.
Easily. Oh yeah.
Right. And yeah, I mean, then we get into the 3 o'clock slate, and it's basically Tulane and Oklahoma, which is a sneaky good game. Because Oklahoma's not looking good. They almost lost to bad Houston last week. So
I'm not betting on that game.
Give me Oklahoma, but it's gonna be close.
How much they favor by?
Let me look. It's not a lot. I know that. Let's see.
I ain't gonna lie. They're Tulane boys.
I mean,
they ready.
It's 13.5, so they want you to take that because they're thinking, everybody's gonna think Oklahoma's gonna score, beat them by 2 touchdowns, but not.
Oh no,
that's a trap. That's a trap waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Give me Tulane to cover. Tulane's gonna cover that, but it's gonna be like 30 to like 24 or something.
I think it'll be something like that.
Yeah,
it'll be ugly.
I think they'll cover, but I got Oklahoma, and I think another shootout, but they just kind of pull away.
You know what? I'm finna be the oddball here. Give me Tulane.
Yeah. It's the first time on the pod. We need a little crazy prediction.
I'm taking Tulane right now.
Okay.
I like that.
A game-winning field goal.
I like that.
Tulane's quarterback is good.
He is.
They got them skill players, man. I trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do got some good. Their running back is good.
I'm taking Tulane. You heard it here first.
All right. Well, I like that prediction. I'm honestly not gonna lie. When the game starts, I might throw some money on Tulane, but we'll see. A&M and Florida is another 3:30 game on ABC. Both these teams look terrible week 1. This is a battle of mid, but DJ Lagway started last week. Cody had 400-something passing yards. Will he start? We don't know, but he will play, that's for sure. And I think he's ultimately going to be the guy. I think they might as well just play with, just roll him out there, see what they can get. The upsides there. But Florida doesn't have a great defense. A&M doesn't have a good offense. They scored hardly any points last week. They're just Connor Wakeman's not a great quarterback right now. Overrated as hell. I think Florida gets it done. I don't know if they cover whatever the line is. I'll look, but give me Florida to beat A&M.
I think the only way Florida make a bowl game this year is to win this game.
Yeah, so they got
because if you look at their schedules, it's gonna be hard to find 5 to 6 more wins up in there. So
A&M is favored by 3.5.
I like Florida just because of what I said. Like A&M schedule, they still gonna make a bowl even if they lose the game. I think like
Yeah.
it ain't as tough as Florida's is, and man, Florida got to play Bama, Georgia. Well, no, they don't
No,
not
they
Bama. No,
play
they
they
got
play
to
a
play
lot.
Texas and Georgia, and
Yes.
then they got to play Oklahoma too. I think.
They also play Central Florida, who's looking good right now. They play
Yeah, like
Tennessee, they play
if
Georgia, they play Texas, LSU, they play Ole Miss, they play. Yeah, no, it's not good.
if they want to make a bowl and live up to the Florida standard and at least be bowl eligible, they gonna have to win that
Yeah,
game.
they got to win this one. So yeah, give me Florida in a close one, just because of swamp, the atmosphere like that, DJ Lagway, and I don't think A&M can score a lot. So
Who you
anyway,
liking, Cody?
Oh, I like if they rolling out there with Graham Mertz, like give me Texas A&M. But if it's DJ Lagway, I'm taking Florida.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Uh,
if they do roll out Graham Mertz, I think Lagway still plays a decent amount.
no,
Like I
I
think,
think he
yeah.
will, but I just don't trust Graham Mertz.
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got pretty much everybody on Florida other than maybe Cody's iffy 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But I feel like that's not a crazy bet. Like I would feel decent if I'm putting my money on Florida,
me
honestly.
too. I would feel decent.
Yeah. But Georgia and Kentucky, it should be a blowout after what Kentucky just did. I mean, they just look terrible.
Oh, Georgia's stomping them.
Georgia's had their trouble in the past with Kentucky, but I don't think it's going to happen this time.
Is it in Athens too?
No, it's in Kentucky.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
And
still, I
they just
mean,
got dog walked back at home against South Carolina.
now
So
they really about to get dog walked this week.
Yeah.
For real.
and all,
Colorado at Colorado State's at night. I mean, that's a revenge game for Colorado State after what happened last year.
and I'm taking them.
I'm going Colorado
I'm,
State.
go- I'm going Colorado State.
Yeah.
I'm taking them. Colorado State.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep. I mean, it's just one of those games. You just like you see it on paper, you know what happened last year. It's a home game. They're gonna be ready. And
I hope this
that's really
game. I hope
it.
this game is just like last year's because that game last year was crazy.
Yeah.
It was an amazing game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It
Yeah,
really
it was.
The last game we're going to talk about for week 3 is Central Florida and TCU at night on Fox. Now, both these teams are sneaking up, not officially ranked, but they are ranked in some other polls by other just media people. Like Josh Pate has them both like 20, 25, something like that. So Central Florida, we know, has Gus Malzahn and KJ Jefferson. TCU, I don't honestly know a lot about them, but I know it's a
I did
home
not know
game.
Gus was at Central Florida.
So that is interesting. And I'm going to go Central Florida, but I don't really know why. I'll be honest.
Nah,
I think it's because of just Gus and KJ Jefferson. They both seem like a perfect match for each other.
That's the
I'm not.
quarterback from Arkansas, right?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like TCU
He's
is
been balling.
gonna be good, but it's like I don't really know what TCU is right now either. So I'm gonna go Central Florida because I know more about them. That's literally it.
Yeah, I guess same because and I hate to piggyback on the podcast like
But
that, but
it's like what else? Like what
I
do they
actually
have?
like the KJ Jefferson better than the Gus because
Yeah,
us as Bama fans, we already know what Gus brings to the table. Like
yeah,
I hate Auburn so much because when they beat Bama, it ain't never they line up their best 11 players and their 11 players is outplayed ours. It's always some fluke phony shit. Like
yeah,
LSU when they beat Bama, they 11 lined up and outplayed our 11.
yeah.
But when Auburn won, it was always some Gus Malzahn trick play shit. Like, and I just don't see that flying everywhere you go.
Right.
No.
But I really like KJ Jefferson, so give me some. Give me
Central
some.
Florida is favored by 2.5.
I'll take that probably.
And dude, the over under is 62.5.
Ooh, that's high.
That's high. That's high. TCU scored 34 and gave up 27 against Stanford week 1, and then they beat Long Island 45-0. So I don't really know. Stanford's not good. Long Island's not good. I would honestly just lean Central Florida, and I would take them to cover because I mean I think they win by a field goal. I don't know if that's a trap
Yeah.
right there, but I'm gonna do it honestly.
Yeah, I would take it.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I got UCF, and it's kind of funny. One of my boys is a wide receiver. He actually transferred this year to UCF. So
Oh yeah,
rolling with the Knights.
the Knights.
Oh,
The
yeah, we
Golden
got to.
Knights. And we also live around here, so we gotta rep the
Gotta rep them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but old buddy for TCU has 620 passing yards through 2 games, Jay Hoover. So I feel
balling.
like Josh
Average
Hoover
310.
is his name. I mean, he's really putting up some good numbers through these 2 games. But you're playing a Central Florida team with a little bit more, talent. I think he could struggle, but it's gonna be a shootout. Clearly, this is what Vegas thinks. So I'm gonna anticipate that, but I'm not gonna touch the total. So moving on, NFL, we're gonna recap real quick because I mean, don't want to yap too much, but basically, let's just hit on some of these main games real quick. Chiefs beat the Ravens opening night. We know about that. Isaiah Likely had a crazy game, and he almost caught a touchdown at the end to seal, or actually, no, they were going to score and then go for two. So we didn't get to see that because obviously they looked at it. His toe was on the line. Any quick thoughts on that?
I'm
a Kevin Durant fan, man. You already know how I feel about it.
Yeah. I'm with Jay.
Man.
I think the Chiefs are just elite right now, man. You can't.
Yeah, I don't have any like what is it? Oh, I don't have any loyalties to either team.
No.
Yeah.
I just love good football, and I knew that game was gonna be great before it even kicked off.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to keep going.
Yeah. It's like you wanted to add 2 more quarters to that game. Like, let me see more.
I wish they would have went to OT, but I knew that, what's his name? Harbaugh was going to go for 2 if they scored.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a tough one for the Ravens, obviously after losing in the AFC Championship, but it's a long season. The Ravens did look solid. I think they're going to still have to find probably through a trade another wide receiver because I don't think it's going to work out with just Zay and Rashad and Likely and Andrews. I just don't see that happening.
They need another route.
I've been saying it for a minute. Like, you should probably, if the Raiders suck in like a few weeks, you should reach out to Devontae Adams, like just to see what would happen. But I don't know. Just throwing that out.
That is something I like a lot.
That would be crazy.
Because Devontae Adams is, in my opinion, the best receiver in the league.
I love Devontae.
I genuinely think he is the more talented, like top to bottom receiver in the league, and he ain't got no quarterback right now.
No,
if he's healthy, like if Devontae's healthy and on the field, there's more like all the other top wide receivers be like, who's the best? Devontae.
Yeah. If he was when he was with Rodgers, he was the best.
Yes, exactly. Easily.
Yeah. So the next game was Eagles and Packers in Brazil. That was a weird, thing to see because Brazil's never hosted an NFL game. They had a terrible field. Saquon slipped on his first run, lost 5 yards, and then bounced back with 3 touchdowns. Eagles
he got the grip right then.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts struggled with 2 picks, but made a good throw to AJ Brown to have a deep ball I believe it was the first half. I could be wrong, but he did stretch the field. They made plays when they had to. Jordan Love, unfortunately, at the end of the game, got hurt. Me and Jay were talking about how we had him on fantasy, and he's not going to be out long, but it's still a concern for the Packers moving forward. Any initial reactions to how these teams played?
I will officially say the day, how like when a quarterback get drafted behind a guy that's already gonna be understood to be the incumbent starter still, like Jordan Love was, and they be like, oh, you sit behind him, you learn and this and that, yada yada yada. Like I always thought that Jordan Love would have just, even when Aaron Rodgers left, he was just gonna put the Packers in a shitty state. Like I thought that he was not gonna be that good.
Yeah,
I will officially say now, after last year and just the first game here now this year, dude might be him for real. So
no, he's good.
I think he is, bro.
I think he might be him for real. I don't never think he'll get to the best quarterback in the league position, but I think he's gonna keep a job for a long time.
Oh yeah, he could be easily top 5 for a long time.
Top 10. 100%.
He just got like all the tools that they want. Plus, that offense is pretty good, so you can't really mess it up too much. They got a lot of weapons actually. So Jaden Reed has become an elite before our eyes. He led the league in receiving and total yards, 178, and scored. So I mean that's pretty cool to see the Packers kind of picking up where they left off. But Eagles are just loaded on offense.
Yeah,
so.
Both teams gonna be in the playoffs. I got the Packers still making it.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about either one of those teams. I think the Eagles will clean it up. The Falcons are going to get blown out by them this Monday night. I hate that, but it is what it is. We'll talk about those games in a minute, but moving on, just real quick, we're going to rattle off these other games. Cowboys beat the hell out of the Browns on the road.
That was my biggest shocker of the week.
Yeah.
Really? Why is that?
Yeah, because I just thought the Browns, I got Dak as my quarterback in fantasy, so I mean, we didn't even go off, but like, the Browns defense just over the past few years, and it got better this offseason, on paper at least. I'm just like, the under definitely going to hit. It's definitely about to be a low-scoring game. They put it on them.
Micah Parsons had 8 QB hits in this game, by the way. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
8 is crazy.
That's insane.
That's insane.
And they, they don't really run the ball that well because they have Zeke and Rico Dowdle, but they still score. They still ran it okay. They obviously did good with CD and Brandon Cooks. So I mean, it's enough right now. They lost Jake Ferguson for a little bit, so he'll be out, but they'll be all right. I think the Cowboys are about what we think they are, same as they always have been. Just a good regular season team.
Good regular season team. I do
Um,
think this might be a really big struggle for them though, because if what you just said is true, then I don't see how they gonna have no running game. They got Rico Dowdle and Zeke, and that's it.
Dalvin
Mhm.
Cook, but he's not doing anything right now.
Yeah, okay, but they don't got no explosion back there.
No, they got Deuce Vaughn, RB4.
Yeah, and he's the one from Kansas State, ain't
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
he? Yeah, they got
So
names back
they
there,
got
but the
people. It's
names
just
ain't.
not. They're all kind of washed or just unproven.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. So Cowboys did that. Steelers. I was at the game. Obviously, Steelers beat the Falcons without scoring a touchdown. I just want to quickly say I hate the Falcons. Never will watch another game again. Just kidding.
Start Michael Penix.
Start Michael Penix, please. At this point, bro, I
Bro,
don't.
he just
I don't
look hurt,
care.
bro.
Yeah, just play him until Kirk is healthy. But then honestly, if hypothetically they did do that and Penix is elite, then you just roll with Penix and it is what it
Yeah.
is. You just eat the money and then trade Kirk to somebody like that needs a quarterback, like the Raiders or something. I don't know.
Did you notice that the Falcons played in the shotgun and the pistol all game?
Yeah, because
That's how I knew Kurt
they
is not
can't
100%.
trust him right now.
That's how I knew he not 100% because like you got to move them legs and stuff when
Yeah.
you take snaps on the center.
He ain't moving.
He's not, and he's also, if you look at the shotgun, I saw a video of this, so I don't know who it is, but I'll, if you guys can find him later on. He's a guy on TikTok. He made a video talking about Kirk and his stance out of shotgun last year. He's always got his right foot like slightly ahead of the left foot. He staggers,
Yep.
which a lot of quarterbacks do. Now he is literally parallel, just balanced. And he's not planning. He's not pushing off. He doesn't have the zip on the ball. How the hell are you expecting him to do anything? I don't understand. I'm not mad that they signed him, but I'm mad that they just expected him to play. That's what I'm mad about. Because you drafted Penix, it's like, okay, he's going to be
It's
the
'cause of this.
guy. It's the money thing, and I know Kirk wants to play, but I would just have been like, look, here's the deal. We draft this quarterback. I'm sorry, but you're going to not be healthy the first half of the season. So we're going to get the kid some reps. But at the end of the day, you're the quarterback of this team. So we'll put you in whenever the time's right. But at the same time, if Penix is to be the quarterback and it looks great, then I'm just rolling with Penix.
Right.
Like
because,
I said.
like, bro, y'all ain't expected to win the Super Bowl.
No.
But y'all got a talented enough roster that if Penix come in and he just a perfect fit for y'all, y'all can make it there.
Yeah.
Also, Kirk wasn't even processing the fucking defense, dude. If you look at the replays of the throws he's making, he's literally staring everybody down.
Just
Which
snap
he
and
does
go.
not. He does not even do that normally. So I mean, he's not a lead processor. He can't run. He can't push off the foot. I would just put him on the bench for now. But moving on, because I'm about to I can't talk about that game anymore because I've been so down bad about that. But it is what it is. Steelers, to talk about them for a little bit, they look pretty good on defense as usual. TJ Watt was a menace. They kicked 6 field goals. Boswell was the special teams player of the week in the AFC with 3 50-plus yarders. So it's crazy. Sorry, Jay, but the Colts had a crazy game, 29-27. The only thing I will say about this is that I love Anthony Richardson because I have him in the Dynasty League that we just started, and he had 30 in that league. And basically, I know he was 9 of 19. I know he had the 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. He ran another one in. He was great in that aspect. Now, the one thing I wanted to see was at the end, did he not, if I'm mistaken, miss the A.D. Mitchell touchdown on that go route? And then he threw a pick?
No. Just because it was the first week, I'm just going to put this on as a former receiver myself. I think what that was because on like when he missed it, it was a legal contact called on the DB. Okay. I just think that them practice reps timings, like the practice rep timing that they had done already got down pat on them routes and on that right there. Like if that was routes on there, it's a completion catch. It's a completed catch.
Dude, I get what you're saying.
He didn't hit him much, but I mean, you run at full speed, everybody gets fast. He hit him and grabbed him by the waist and slowed him down a little bit, and it barely missed his fingertips. So, his deep ball accuracy might be already top 2, 3 in the league.
It's crazy, bro.
Like
that throw was ridiculous. The one that everybody's been posting.
The Alec Pierce, bro.
It was beautiful.
It actually is definitely one of the top throws in NFL history already.
For sure. It traveled the most air yards, I think, of all time.
It's third most.
Third? Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It went in the air 65.78 some yards like that. Just insanity. Dude is also gonna definitely have me optimistic about us for a long time because now I know we can score quick. We were down by 9 with 4.5 minutes left, and if it wasn't for our defense, which was last year our strong suit, we led the league in sacks last year, and we got a better pass rush and Latu. Our defense just was Swiss cheese though, and it's usually in the pass defense, but we let Joe Mixon run for 159.
Yeah.
Buck 59. We don't get ran on. We got Raekwon Davis, Grover Stewart, and DeForest Buckner in the middle. Like, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's the linebacker that's pretty good?
Zaire Franklin.
Yeah.
He led the league in tackles last year.
Right, I know. Yeah, because we had a random fantasy league we did last year. We did defensive players, and I remember him going crazy.
It just don't make sense. Like none of it made sense. Then Juju Brents, our best man-to-man corner, go out for the year now.
Oh, really?
He got put on IR, which is of course 4-week minimum, but they think it's likely he won't touch the field again.
Yeah,
we gotta trade for a corner if we want to make any noise.
What about could they sign? There's really not a lot of corners because Gilmore got signed by the Vikings, right?
We gotta trade.
Yeah.
Ain't no.
I think of a team that has a corner that is like on an expiring contract or something.
Maybe Xavier.
Xavier Howard. Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier Howard.
He's a free agent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he hasn't been signed because like he's been going through some like off the field
personal stuff.
Yeah, but who knows? We'll see. He'll probably be on a team sooner than later.
Yeah.
To say all that, I mean the Texans, they did run the ball well, but they they still were stretching the field a little. It wasn't like a lot, but they had that Nico Collins crazy double coverage bomb.
The last one to end the game out of bounds. Yeah, I didn't know a knee counted as 2 feet now, but it does.
Yeah, that's true. When did that become a thing?
I have no clue, bro.
So then what else happened, Cody? Your Titans lost to the Bears, 17-0 lead, and then they did not even give up an offensive touchdown and lost 24-17. And it was a block punt for a touchdown, and then a last effort throwaway by Will Levis that was a pick six, which is what you can do as a young quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that meme that's been going around of him just that describes my pain.
Like Mr. Krabs.
Oh, it's just I don't know what to say. We suck. I can't wait to have the first pick.
Well, how did you feel? Were you watching at the beginning where it was like 17-0? Did you see all
that? I was like, oh, this is money. I'm sorry, Jack, but
yeah.
And now I'm just down tremendous.
Yeah, that's all right, man. Y'all got the Jets this week at home. You think they win that?
Nope. I think we lose.
Yeah.
I actually think the Jets win that too. But
I think the Jets gonna win.
So the Bills.
Honest man.
The Bills were another team that was like the other comeback. So they were down, I think, multiple scores, like 17 or 14.
Yeah.
And I thought initially the Cardinals would cover. I think they wound up not covering because it was 6.5 and they lost by 7, which is crazy. But it's basically like one of those backdoor covers. So Bills look good in the sense of like Josh Allen and the offense could still score, but it took them a long time to figure it out. They do just rely on Josh Allen. We know that. So it's going to be scary if he goes down.
That ain't going to last.
No. So what do we think, about the Cardinals and the Bills right now?
I like the Cardinals coming into the game. And I just think the power of Josh Allen is the whole reason why the W is sitting next to the Bill name.
Yeah.
Like simply that. And I know a lot about football that I can ramble. I just simply think that's what took them over the hump.
True.
Him.
You're right. He's him.
Yeah.
Like literally just him.
He's Superman in the red zone right now. He's like Cam Newton back in the day.
Dude, yeah.
I ain't gonna wish this on him at all. Dude ain't gonna be in the league long at all. I'm gonna knock on wood, but I don't care how big you are, but you can't be out there running, and he do it every year too. And his body clearly can withstand it now, but it ain't gonna do it for long. I'm 25 and I be aching. So
imagine how he be feeling.
I know he gonna be out
Jay,
there.
I think for the pod and for the sake of clipping and posting on TikTok, you should let everybody know that story you were telling us about you jumping up in the. What happened?
I was at work and it was so dead up in there that people just started having a little jump off, see who can jump the highest. And my old self didn't stretch or nothing. I would think to stretch my legs. I didn't think to even do that, but I would have never thought I needed to stretch my forearm. I go up there trying to touch this thing, and I'm reaching, and the whole time I go up there, I guess I'm just ripped all throughout here because as soon as I got done, I'm holding my arm like this. Everybody like, didn't you just jump? Why are you hurt? I was like, that's
Yeah.
that old 25-year-old body of mine,
Uh-uh.
like straight up. My
It's
forearm
different, bro.
felt like I was doing dumbbell twists or something the whole
Yeah.
time. I
Wow.
was like, well, yeah, that just don't. It
Just
didn't add
from
up, and I was in
reaching.
pain for the rest of the night.
It's
It
really
hurt.
like that, bro. Once you turn 25, Cody, you'll know. It's just like it's downhill.
Yeah.
Something down here, man. But our athletic prime is technically mid-20s, early 30s. I just
Yeah.
got to get off my tail and stop being a couch potato.
I've been playing a lot of basketball recently to help that out. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
I seen you with golfing too,
You've been golfing a lot
and
too.
that'll get your
Dude,
muscles.
it's low key a challenging sport as far as like physicals go. Like you do
Oh
walk
yeah,
a lot, and it's like a long day after walking hills in Florida because there's one spot that I live in Florida. It's the most elevated in all of Florida, and they have rolling hills. So like I'll walk the courses sometimes, and it's brutal. Plus, your torso, your core, your forearms from holding the club and
everything.
gripping the thing. It's like weird how golf works. But yeah, to say all that, we're getting old. It's sad. I just turned 26. I played 5 games of basketball yesterday. Had a good time, sweated a lot, burned a lot of calories, but now I'm feeling it. Like I'm taking a
Yeah,
night
now
off.
you feeling it.
Yeah, but Lions beat the Rams in OT Sunday Night Football. That game was great. Pretty much what I thought it was going to be. Rematch of the last year playoff. Also, just think Lions got the benefit of being at home again, and that crowd week one, it's pretty
Crazy.
crazy. And the Rams look good, but they did lose their left tackle and Puka on IR, so that is huge for them.
Yeah,
Huge. Cooper Kupp with 21 targets.
20.
Where have you ever seen a game? Is that a record? I don't know.
It gotta be, or
It's
it
got to
be
be up
close
there.
to it.
It's got to be a record at least for week one because there's no way somebody's throwing somebody 21 targets to start the year
21
out.
times. Cause that's what you try to feel out all your
Yeah,
receivers.
you're trying to like who's going to be good this year? Okay, no, let's just go to Cooper 21
All
times,
The whole game.
bro. And honestly, when Puka was playing, they weren't even really throwing him the ball because the
No,
first drive, Cooper, me and Seth had prize picks going. Because we were like whatever, and it was 6.5 for no 5.5 for Cooper Cup. I said, "Are you kidding me? I'm slamming that."
slamming.
And it was in the first drive it hit. I was like, okay,
All
well,
right.
I can chill. And then of course we
Bro,
took this under, bro. It was ugly. We took an under 0.5 rushing yards for both quarterbacks because they never run the ball. And if you look at it, like they have like 1 out of every 5 games they'll run for like 5 yards. And of course, Matt Stafford didn't run. It was good. But Jared Goff at the end ran for a 7 yard scramble and ruined the parlay.
No.
Ruined it, brother. It was so bad.
neither one of them ever run. And if you would think one of them were, you would think it would be Stafford.
Right. Goff never runs.
Golf never run that bit. Stafford at least
It was
like
crazy too, because like all he had to do was throw the ball like to the little out route that they had or something like a check down. And I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna run. And he literally just like looked him off and ran. And I was like, bro thinks he's Mahomes. Like, what is he doing? It was brutal,
I'd be
bro.
like, come sack his ass.
For real. And then the last game was the Niners and Jets. I don't think we all, really saw Jordan Mason balling out like he did, but thank God he did because I want to say I lost McCaffrey that night and like every other Christian McCaffrey manager. Now we're in a league where we obviously keep a player. So you decided between CD and CMC. Looking back on it, I kind of regret it instantly. Wish I would have kept CD and just figured out the running backs later. But to say all that, I am so thankful that I picked up Jordan Mason. And I just got to update Jay, interesting enough, that Kenneth Walker did not practice today. And I'll go ahead and
It Wednesday, man.
yeah. And I'll go ahead and say this. I probably made a mistake by dropping Zach Charbonnet, but I did because I wanted Bucky Irving so bad for the Bucks. So I did, but it's whatever.
You did that today, didn't you?
I just did it like earlier because I knew this was probably gonna happen, but I'm like, honestly, bro, I don't even like Zach Charbonnet. Like, I don't even know why I drafted him. He doesn't really do that much. And they're playing. Who are they playing this week? Somebody with a good defense. No, yeah, the Patriots. They're at the Patriots.
Pats.
So they're not bad. So, anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic, but Niners and the Jets. Jordan Mason balled out 147 rushing yards and a tutty. Got me 22 fantasy points. The Jets had Rodgers obviously return and looked whatever, pretty rough. He was healthy, but Garrett Wilson ate early. They couldn't. I think they
Alan
started
Lazard had a crazy
out with
game.
a Brees Hall fumble, right? Wasn't that the first drive?
Yeah, Brees Hall fumble. Yeah.
Then they had a 3-and-out or something like that. And then they finally scored that long 7-minute drive where they did go up 7-3.
Brees ended up making up for it.
Yeah, he did. Garrett Wilson looked good on that drive, and then they didn't really target him much after that. Lazard got those 2 garbage tutties, basically. One was that
Yeah.
free play, which Rodgers literally leads the NFL in free play touchdowns
He
Yeah.
do that. It's
every
a
year.
talent at this point.
No, there's a 10-minute highlight on YouTube of him just doing free play touchdowns.
His hard count is just crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
He do it though. Like, there's no way you just not doing that yourself. Like, he's definitely doing it.
Yeah, yeah. So what are we thinking about those teams though? 49ers and Jets.
49ers are what I thought they were.
Yeah.
A well-oiled machine. Freak of natures everywhere, all over the field. And I think that game played out exactly how it should have. The Jets are a really good team that could beat anybody on any given Sunday, but Monday in this case. But
Yeah.
when the 49ers, the Thanos of the NFL, is like hitting on our cylinders like that, ain't nobody messing with them. So
No.
I think the Jets, like, they shouldn't hang their head too low. Of course, they grown men, so they gonna want to be better and beat them. But you gonna know you can't fuck with somebody when you can't fuck with somebody.
It's kind of weird though. It's like they were talked about for their defense for so long, and they really struggled a lot, like a lot.
Saul's the best corner in the league, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's better than Pat, and I'm a Bama.
No, I agree. I think they're 1 and 2. But yeah, Sauce is he got banged up in this game. He missed a whole drive at one point, but he's all right.
That pass breakup on Brandon Ayuk was one of the best, most beautiful ones I've ever seen.
I know you were loving that one, especially for fantasy.
Yeah. I saw was.
Yeah, so Jay got the dough because of Debo, and Ayuk got locked up. So that was big. So let's go into the week 2 preview, and this will be one of the quicker ones that we're gonna do because I just don't want the show to be too long for people listening. But we start tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football. Bills at Dolphins. A quick note on that: Dolphins are down. Mostert is out. A-Chain is questionable. So yes, they're already. This is the thing with the Dolphins, Mo. They're just like the Niners. They always have running back injuries. So, Jalen Wright will probably get a lot of work, but Jeff Wilson will get even more because he looked decent last week. And the Dolphins had 100 for Tyreek, 100 for Waddle, 2 with 330 and a tutty. He started out slow, but they figured it out against the Jags. What do we think about the Bills and the Dolphins game? It's in Miami, by the way.
I'm taking, and that they always do that because Miami and Buffalo are 2 different tropical extremes.
Yeah.
I said tropical.
Tropical and then extreme cold.
Yeah, and like they always give Miami the first matchup in Miami, and they always get the second matchup in Buffalo late in December or something like that. Yeah. And so both teams gonna play in extreme weather on the opposite spectrum. And I just gotta take Miami because it's down there. Them Buffalo boys, they ain't finna be ready for that heat. And I just like Miami better. Like, honestly, Miami might beat them when they go up to Buffalo later on.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going Dolphins for the same reasons. The only thing I will say, Jay, that's interesting is like this is a night game. So the one thing about, how they would go down in the sidelines for the away team is like 20 degrees hotter.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be the same because in Florida right now, it's still 90 degrees. Like, I think it will be still hot at night. So
the humidity. But
it's so humid, dude. I'm telling you, basketball last night, I am literally dripping in sweat from head to toe because it's just so humid.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that really changes like just because it's a night game. I think it's still
it just ain't gonna be that sunlight part of it. Right. But it's still gonna be hot as hell. They're gonna have to get some pickle juice, some mustard, all that.
Yeah. So Cody, you got Dolphins too?
Yeah, I got Dolphins. I think that offense will be a little bit too much. I think it'll be a good scoring game, but I think the Dolphins will creep away at the end. I think they'll really focus in on Josh Allen, kind of like what Jay was saying. He's him. He's the only guy. Yeah. If you just focus on him.
He's also thrown a pick in like 10 straight away games. I think I saw that. So he's about to throw a pick, hammer that over tomorrow.
Hammer it.
That's for sure.
Dude, it's crazy.
So who's the MVP of this game, real quick?
Tyreek Hill.
I'm going Tyreek or Waddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say Tyreek, but I think it's so obvious though. Like he's just a different.
Dark horse gonna be Jeff Wilson though.
For real.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson. Yeah, and the fact that the Bills lost Matt Milano, the linebacker, for the season again.
He's a
So
beast. When he's on the field, he's a beast.
I
yeah,
swear he is.
he's out. Plus, they lost Trevon Johnson, number 7, I think, the one of the underrated DBs that they have. He plays nickel. I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. So he might
Where's
be.
Tre'Davious White at? He's still with the Bills?
He was getting cooked by he got cooked by JMO because he was on the Rams.
Dang.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rams signed him. He's a little slow now, I feel like, but
Yeah.
it's all right. It happens. You get older. We talked about that.
Mhm.
So next game, blowout material, Ravens and Raiders in Baltimore.
Yep.
Nothing much to say.
Ravens.
Can win that one easily. Raiders looking like, another season of just mid quarterback play, an okay defense, but they didn't really get a lot from Christian Wilkins and Crosby last week because Joe Alt for the Chargers did not give up a pressure, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that boy good.
Crazy. So I expect the Raiders to get more pressure because the Ravens O-line is not good right now, but at the same time, they're susceptible in the secondary, and I do think Zay Flowers could have a big game. So that's my MVP, and I need it because of fantasy and this other league, the dynasty we have. So I'm hoping the Ravens throw to him deep and get Derrick Henry
They
going.
need to take Mark Andrews off a left tackle and make him a tight end again.
Please, bro, please.
Thank you.
Cody has him. He needs him.
I got him too in another league.
Yeah. It's brutal right now. I'm not gonna
His
lie.
catch radius is so crazy. So like whenever they throw him the ball, it's really likely he gonna come down with it.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Like,
huge. Man's built like a door.
And he just didn't get no targets.
Nah, bro. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie, but I did like seeing Likely get involved because I have him in this dynasty. But I do think they need to get Andrews involved. But I think it's the injury still. That's like an issue.
Yeah.
So moving on, another game. It might be a blowout. It's a weird one, but it's Chargers at the Panthers. Do we think is this a trap game at all? Like for the Chargers, is this a game they could lose?
I don't think it's a trap game. I don't think they're gonna lose, but I think it's a possibility it might not be as bad of a beatdown as the Saints gave them.
Yeah. I'm with Jay.
So because the Chargers ain't no world beaters, but they definitely got better pieces overall than the Panthers do. So how much are they favored by?
I'll pull it up, but right now I'm gonna say I would think the Chargers win by 10, but I don't think it's like a like one of those games where 10, but it's like a late garbage time tutty or something random.
Yeah,
like that.
NFL lines don't get that big because regardless of better a team is, they are grown men who professionals.
Yeah, we see it every week. Last week, Bengals. Everybody picked the Bengals. They lost to the Patriots. I picked them in my Survivor League. Not good. Anyways, the line is currently -6 for the Chargers. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like it.
Over under is 42. So about what I
like the under in that one though.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
Yeah, pretty interesting to see what Bryce does. I know it's tough right now to be a Panthers fan, so I would hope that they can kind of figure it out just because it's fun whenever everybody's competitive enough. But it's just tough right now. Then we got a decent game, I would say. Saints at Cowboys, but Cowboys should probably handle them because it's their first home game of the season. So I'll go.
We might be disagreeing on this. Give me those Saints, baby.
What do you think the Saints are going to do it?
Give me those Saints.
Okay.
Because the defense or what?
I gotta take the Saints because of one person, Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
He gonna go off any given Sunday, man. Yeah. Just like he's my favorite NBA player, Alvin Kamara, my favorite player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
His balance is just too crazy. Like any time that ball snaps, he could take it to the end zone because you could think you got wrapped up and tackle, but he's still bouncing off your going.
Bro, it sucks that he wasn't at Bama for longer, man.
Him and Saban had little words. He was my favorite though. RP to Alty Tenpenny, but Alty Tenpenny.
Tenpenny.
Yeah.
Tenpenny was a dog.
Tenpenny and Alvin Kamara came in the same class, and I was always higher on Kamara.
Yeah.
Kamara had that mouth.
Tenpenny for sure, bro. I remember that room being just lethal.
Derrick Henry, Alty Tenpenny, Alvin Kamara.
Wasn't Yeldon in there?
DJ Yeldon was in there too.
Good Lord. That was the prime years for Bama, dude.
I'm going to miss them days, bro.
Me too. We're never seeing a running back room like that again.
Probably. We got a decent one now, and that still ain't even coming close to that one, bro.
Because that had Alty Tenpenny would have been in the NFL, so that would have had 5 running backs in the NFL.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Straight up.
Crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, Bucks and Lions rematch of the playoffs at the Lions again. The Lions, it's funny that they're starting out with 2 teams they beat in the playoffs at home. I personally am still gonna rock with the Lions, but I think that Baker could do his thing again. And I picked him up on the waivers, but I literally just think this is gonna be the exact same game that they played in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whatever the over is, take it.
Yeah.
They're
This
gonna
game's
put
gonna
up
be
points.
crazy.
Let me look at this over. Are you picking the Bucks or no?
I don't know. I really like the Lions. The only weak spot I think they got, or just the weakest spot of their team, is their front seven. But
Yeah.
other than that, them boys is
What about
deep.
this?
Like,
What about this line? This line is 6.5. Is that too low or too high?
who favored by 6.5?
The Lions.
Oh hell no!
That's
Give me
too
the
high.
Bucks.
That's too high, right?
Give me the Bucks plus the points.
Yeah.
They not beating them boy by no touchdown, bro.
Nah.
The Baker, one thing about him is two quarterbacks in the NFL that don't care about how many picks they throw. It's Baker Mayfield and Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Both of them too. They don't care how many picks they throw. They go as soon as that thing gets
in that
snapped.
Tampa water, bro.
They finna throw that ball.
Bro,
Baker's gonna have that bitch out.
Baker and Mike Evans is just a different combo right now.
And he finally found Chris Godwin yesterday. Because all year last year, Baker, you could tell he was struggling. But when he was struggling, he would just throw it up to Mike Evans. He did that again Sunday, but he finally did what Brady did with Godwin and started finding him in them zone holes.
Didn't they put him back in the slot more? Isn't that what they did? Yeah, that's why.
That's where he thrives, dude, because he's so good.
If Baker got Godwin going, they is not beating them by no touchdown. That's not happening.
And the Bucks got a good defense. I mean,
know the Bucks could win this game.
They really could.
Really,
I'm taking them plus 6.5. You're really giving me, some pause on this. Like, I want to think about it more, but I'm gonna go Lions for now. But I will say, like, we're in a pick'em league and on the sleeper app, and so I have tried to stick to my picks from like the podcast. But once Sunday rolls around, I might change a couple. Just because it's hard because the week, things happen during the week. Players get ruled out and stuff like that. But Lions, the one thing I'll say is that I don't know, man. It feels like David Montgomery is going to be a big factor in this game just because of how physical the D-line is for the Bucks and their front seven. But I kind of think Gibbs might be like a dog in the passing game because I feel like the safeties are pretty good for the Bucks. So maybe they don't, get a lot of the JMO that they just had, deep balls and stuff like that. So maybe it's a Mon-Ra and Jahmyr Gibbs game, like as far as the passing goes. Now running, it could be Monty. So who knows?
But that's the thing with the Lions though, and that's why I really like them. It's weird to say because they really haven't. Like they kind of crept up and got good. They weren't. Yeah. They didn't build it up. I mean, it kind of just crept up out of nowhere. But they are legitimately a great team.
Yeah, so for sure.
Oh yeah.
Colts, Jay, go to the Packers. Now we think I'm gonna lean Colts by probably a touchdown or something like that. I don't know how much Malik Willis will be able to do anything. So I would probably go honestly, I might go more than that. I'd probably go Colts 27-10 or 17, I guess. Now
without Jordan Love, we win by multiple scores. Yeah. Even with Jordan Love, I still pick us in this game.
Yeah, I really like the Colts. I think, y'all are just going to be getting that bounce back wins after what happened last week. Now, the one thing is that the Packers, it's a tough place to play in Lambeau, but without Jordan Love, it's going to be really tough. So
I will say that, though. We got any problem stopping the run again, I'm out on us. Not like jumping off bandwagon or nothing.
Out. Yeah.
If that wasn't like a one-game anomaly just then this past weekend against the Texans when they ran for $160 on us, then we can talk. But if that's just gonna be something that's consistent, we got big issues.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson gonna do him, but we got to get that defense fixed up.
You picking the Colts, Cody?
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Colts. I think just too much offense, loss of Jordan Love hurts the Packers too much. The Colts are just a better team in my opinion right now.
Okay. Quickly, we got Jags hosting the Browns. The Browns looked bad last week, but maybe this is a bounce back game for them. But I am gonna go the Jags.
Give me Jags. I like the Jags.
Tough right there. I'm definitely gonna go Jags too, but I think that's gonna be a low scoring game too.
Yeah, yeah. I think that is a low total. I'm gonna go look at that.
Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram both have big games though.
Yeah. They didn't do anything last.
Neither one of them did nothing last game.
So it's Jags -3 and the over/under is 44.5.
I like that under. I don't know if
Yeah. I can see that.
I would just take Jags money line for real because I feel like that could be like a 1-point game.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. So what else? We got San Francisco goes to the Vikings. They don't have CMC for the week again, it looks like. Vikings look pretty good against the Giants, but that is the Giants. But they did go blow them out on the road week one, so that's a big deal. Now the Vikings run the same style of offense as the Niners, just like a lot of these other teams do. So they are going to do a lot of the similar stuff that you'll see the Niners do. But I have Aaron Jones in the league that we're in all together, and I liked what I saw from him last week with 90 yards and the tutty. I
He
don't
looked
know.
good.
I don't know if we'll be able to do that against the Niners. So that makes me think that they're gonna probably not. I'm not. I think he got last week. I think I saw Aaron Jones had the least amount of 8-man boxes in the league. So I don't know if the Niners will do a bunch of 8-man boxes because they don't really need to. But to say all that, I'm gonna go Niners pretty not convincingly, but like just a solid win, like nothing crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, what do you guys think about this? Is this a trap game for the Niners?
I think it could be a trap game that they win.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't see them blowing them out though. I actually think it's in Minnesota too.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, even though it's indoors, the stadium, that crowd, like
Crazy.
that stadium get loud right there, boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I genuinely think that the Vikings can make some shake. And anytime you got Justin Jefferson on your team, you got
Yeah.
a chance. And he did better than what I didn't even expect him to score. I was genuinely scared about drafting him, which I did in the league.
Yeah.
Just because of his quarterback play. Because no matter how good of a receiver you are, if your line not good enough for the quarterback to find you, and if your quarterback not good enough to find you, it don't matter.
Yeah.
So he scored, and I just feel like if he have himself a Justin Jefferson-esque game, the game will be close. But the 49ers also got, even though they got CMC out, they got, in my opinion, the best ball carrier in football, and Debo Samuel on their
Yeah.
team. Like Debo, the best toter of the rock in the league, running back or wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He's
So
a yak monster right now.
that's
Dude,
what I'm
he's
saying.
insane.
So you get the ball in his hand, Debo could probably just win the game for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
The Vikings got a good DC of obviously Flores calling the defense, but they don't have an
yeah, he
elite.
is huge.
Yeah, they have Harrison Smith, Dallas Turner. Um, Now the linebackers I'm not 100% sure on. The corners are what's his name that they got from Byron. It's an underrated guy from Byron
I
Murphy
mean,
from the Cardinals. They have
oh, Byron Murphy, Byron
yeah,
Murphy.
yeah. They have a
Mhm.
decent secondary just because, Harrison Smith's a good player.
Yeah,
But to say all that, I do think the Niners will be able to run the ball on him a lot with Jordan Mason. They're mashing people right now. So
yeah.
I expect him to have a good game. But moving on, Seahawks at the Patriots. I really wanted to take the Patriots when I first saw this because of what they did on the road at the Bengals. And I think at home, playing against the Seahawks team who was bad at protecting Geno at times last week and just weren't really super efficient on offense. So it makes me want to pick the Patriots, but for some reason I kind of went back and was like, nah, Seahawks are gonna get it done somehow. So I don't know about
But
y'all, but
it's
that's what I
that's
got.
probably the toughest one we got slated so far.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
That's a
Mhm.
weird one.
What do you think
I'm
about that
genuinely
one?
probably gonna lean Seahawks just because they got a more explosive offense, I guess. Like
Yeah.
True, true.
just simply because at any given point they could score, like they could do something that the Patriots can't, and they score quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
with you. I think the Seahawks would just be a little bit too much. I mean, I think it'll be a little closer than people expect, but I like the Seahawks kind of pulling away at the end, maybe by a touchdown or a
yeah,
Yeah.
touchdown field goal or something like
Whatever
that.
whatever that total is, has got to be low. It's
Yeah.
40, no, it's 38 and a half.
oh, I gotta take the over then.
Got to, because it's like
Yeah.
That's too
nobody,
low.
because the Seahawks could score 24 or something. Like
Yeah,
they could,
that's a
Yeah.
20-19 game right there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Damn.
Damn, that's crazy. 38 and a half
But
is like a,
that's what Vegas gets you at. They know what they're doing.
mm-hmm. That's true. They do know what they're doing.
They know
Now
what
it's
they're
going to be
doing.
like 7-6.
No.
Oh, man.
Speaking of knowing what they're doing, bro, make it quick.
Yeah.
I know I bet on some crazy stuff of all time.
Yeah.
I bet on an international friendly the other day with Haiti in it, and they were playing against this country called Saint Martin. They were favored by -3.5, so they needed to win by 4 goals. Right, halftime they up 1-0. I'm over here like, oh, it's
Bro.
a L. They win. They scored 5 goals in the second half and won 6-0. I was
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
crazy,
said
man.
Vegas
That's
know what they
wild.
talking about.
They do. They always do. They're the best in the business for a reason, man.
Yeah, that's what they be finessing.
Cody, y'all have the Jets coming to town. Do you see this at all?
No,
being a
it's not
win?
going to be good.
Okay.
Jets are winning.
Yeah, I do think the Jets bounced back and they just got more. I don't know. It's a weird game though because I do like y'all's defense. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean our defense is good, but offense is just atrocious.
Yeah, the only thing I like about them for real is just defense and Pollard.
Yeah, Tony looked good.
That's pretty much the only thing that I think y'all gonna bank on this year. Cause
y'all can run on the Jets. Their run defense is bad. Their run defense is bad.
Yeah, they got Quentin Williams on the line.
I mean, their linebackers are good, but for some reason, their D line besides Quentin is getting matched. So
yeah,
I like a good like 27-17 type game right here.
Yeah, I like that score. Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Titans are going to be one of the. I'm not trying to be like this, Cody, but they are going to be one of the worst teams.
I understand. I'm on that bandwagon. I'm ready for that top 5 pick.
Who are y'all going to get though? That's the question. Are you going to go quarterback?
Might have to.
I think you might have to.
Have to.
You might.
Is Taylor Lewan retired?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he retired like.
Well, they got J.C. Latham, who looked pretty damn good. So.
Yeah, did get a tackle.
Also, Tavondre Sweat D tackle and next to Jeffrey Simmons is crazy.
Huge.
They were crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, they've always been like that. Even when they have Vrabel, Titans are not no more since Vrabel gone, but when Vrabel was there, they might not have ever had the best roster, but they were by far the best coach team in the AFC South.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, what about L'Jarius Sneed and Garrett Wilson? Who wins that matchup?
I like Sneed.
Yeah, you think he clamps him?
I like Sneed.
I do like Sneed a lot. I like
Sneed. I think Sneed will lock him up.
So is that Lazard then? Does Lazard go crazy again?
Lazard might have to go out.
About to go crazy again.
Brees Hall game for real, probably. That's what it is.
Probably, yeah. But then that front, the Titan guy, I'm telling you, it ain't.
I don't know. Maybe this is a close game.
It might be a trap game for real.
I'm gonna go Jets, but I'm gonna say like 24-20, I guess.
24-20.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm taking Titans. I mean, it's my team. I kind of got to.
Yeah,
you
gotta believe somewhat.
Got a little bit of faith in the boys. The Mayo Man.
Yeah.
Come on, he ain't the mailman. He the Mayo Man.
Mayo Man.
He needed some Mayo elixir to help him after last week.
I'm saying.
I don't even know. Then we got a terrible game. Giants at Commanders. I'm sure Jane Daniels about to go for 300 probably in this game.
Dude, he's finna
eat. I think so too.
I got Commanders in this one.
I got him too.
Yeah.
Big game for Commanders. I think they win easily.
Yeah.
Commanders secondary is the only thing that scares me. I think it's going to be Malik Neighbors. It's going to be the story of this game is LSU rookies ball out. That's what's going to be.
Yep.
I was just about to say it.
Exactly that. Malik's going to go for 100 in the tutty, and then Jane Daniels will probably have close to 100 rushing. I honestly think that.
Yeah, he ran for 80 something and 2 touchdowns last week, didn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So chalk that one up for a dub. Rams at the Cardinals is a really kind of sneaky good game, especially now that Puka.
Really good. It's divisional matchup too.
I might go Cardinals on this.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking it
too.
Who do they have in the secondary for them? Nobody, right?
Buda Baker.
Buda, okay.
Buda's still good.
Buda.
Yeah, Baker. If they can figure out Cooper Kupp and Kyron Williams, I mean, they got a shot. Kyron looked pretty good and looked like he was going to be the main carrier of the rock. No Blake Corum we saw. So I feel like it's going to be a good game, divisional rivalry. I don't know what the line is. I'm going to pull that up. But what do y'all think?
I'm taking over.
Taking over? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking the over.
It's 48.5.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Cardinals favored by 1.
Oh, I think Vegas know what they're talking about, bro. I'm going Cardinals too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna switch my pick from. I had picked the Rams initially, but I'm probably gonna go Cardinals.
It's just the way that they lost last week. I just think that they're gonna bounce back.
Yeah. I think they'll be able to score, especially at home. That place is gonna be loud. First home game of the season for them.
True. Yep.
Marvin Harrison gonna go for about $150.
Yeah, on Trey White. Yeah, Tre'Davious White's gonna get cooked probably.
Yeah,
he's gonna get cooked.
Yeah, and then what else we got here? We got we have Steelers at Broncos. This was gonna be the Russ comeback game, but he's out probably again. Looks like they're starting or Justin Fields, which I'm starting him against Jay this week in fantasy. I don't know how that's going to go, but I have no choice because I lost Love. I could start Baker, I guess. I mean, I
Got Justin Fields
could.
in another league. I don't know if I should start him, bro.
I don't know because Pat Surtain's going to lock up Pickens, but at the end of the day, the Broncos can't really stop the run that much. So Fields might have a day on the ground.
Yeah,
And
that
I
might.
just want him to score touchdowns, bro. Just score. That's all I
Yeah,
want to see.
I just don't trust him to throw, so that's why like he gonna have to. So if I'm just basically drawn to banking on him having a hellified rushing day,
Right.
and I don't like banking on one type of like a one trick pony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might just have to though.
I might have to because I feel like I'm gonna lose to you if I don't get a crazy like upside game from somebody. So I mean,
Yeah.
Baker is gonna get like 20 or something, but I'm looking for like Fields to have a crazy rushing day. Maybe pulls out a 30
Get
bomb.
like
But like,
40-point game.
yeah, but like I don't know if he will though, because that defense is one of
He
those
good
things
for
like
it though.
I mean, the thing is, they don't have safeties, that are really good right now. They lost Simmons. They don't have even I know he was old, but the Bama dude, my God, what's his name? One of the best DBs in the early years that Saban was there, Kareem Jackson.
Minka?
Kareem Jackson was there last year with Justin Simmons, and he's old, but he was good enough.
Oh,
They don't have, yeah, Denver. I'm sorry, they don't have a lot in the secondary other than Surtain. So to say all that, I mean, I don't think Pittsburgh will throw deep a lot. But I do think they could get away with like at least one touchdown deep. Like maybe they get Calvin Austin, that speedy dude, across the middle and the deep post or something. But at the end of the day, Pickens is not going to get a lot. I think they're going to run the ball with Najee and Fields, and it is what it is.
I'm changing my mind. I do think I hate to say this as your opponent. I think Fields might have a field day for real. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely do think that because Broncos, I think the Steelers might go ahead and beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it because that defense is crazy. And then Bo Nix is going to be scared as hell.
Yeah. If TJ Watt coming at him, he going to turn the ball over good 2-3 times.
Easily.
Yep.
And if he don't, that means he playing too conservative and he got no yard.
Right.
He got nothing.
Yeah.
The only thing they got going for him is that it's a home game, but Steelers are favored by 2.5. And what do you think the total is, by the way?
It's got to be like 36, 37.
Brother, that is literally what it is. 36.5.
36.5.
That's literally what it is. Jay knows ball officially.
Jay knows ball.
We're gonna get some shirts made. Jay knows ball.
Jay knows ball.
Run the damn ball and Jay knows ball.
Jay knows ball. You just start a little slogan going.
But,
Bengals and Chiefs is another game that's interesting. Obviously, because Burrowhead was that whole thing a couple years ago. Now Joe Burrow is hurt. If y'all can't tell, with his wrist and stuff, it looks like he's still not healthy. I do think the Chiefs win, and I do think they win convincingly.
I do too.
Give me the Bengals.
Oh.
Give me the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals. They looked so bad last week. Don't get me wrong. But one thing that I know after being a fan of teams that have played and lost to Joe Burrow over the years, a.k.a. Bama and the Colts, that motherfucker got that dog in him.
He do.
And he do got that dog in him. And he know that his biggest competition in terms of his class of quarterback, the pocket passer that's great and could be the GOAT one day, is Pat.
Yeah.
And they play each other a lot. He kind of got his number in terms of just being able to compete. Like, they always have a hellified game, and I just think him and Jamar are going to put on a show.
Yeah, I mean, McDuffie is pretty good. I don't know if he'll get torched by Jamar because I don't know how they'll cover Jamar, but I will say I just think the Chiefs right now offensively are scary, and I don't love the Bengals defense, but I do like Jordan Battle at safety. I feel like he's been stepping up.
Yeah.
They got enough pieces on the defense to be good and during the season, but for this game alone, I know we're on different sides of this.
It's probably a bad pick, but
it's not crazy though, just because of what they have been able to do in the past to them.
Yeah.
But I will go the Chiefs, and I do think it's a 10-point win or something like that.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be closer. I think it's gonna be by 7. Like I think
3.5 is the spread right now. 3.5.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be
it's like that the Chiefs win, but I'm just being the one oddball by also kind of making a pick that I don't think is like just too
not a bad pick. No.
I don't think it's too bad field.
Well, the good thing is that everybody's going to be betting the Chiefs. So I mean, Vegas is going to love the Bengals.
Yeah, the
I mean,
money going to the Chiefs, then
yeah.
they gonna love them.
The fact that it's 3.5 is interesting to me. It's kind of like it's one of those things where if you're on the Bengals, I mean, you could at least just do plus 3.5 and feel like okay, like they could
Yeah,
lose by a field goal. It's
by
whatever.
field goal, and I'm straight.
Yeah.
And what's
Mhm.
crazy is that's also another one of them games that I'd be so nervous to put some money on it. I might just wait to halftime and make a second half bet on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, I do want to correct myself. It opened at 3.5. Now it is 5, -5.
Oh yeah, yeah, I still like it. Give me the Bengals.
Okay. Okay. Over under is 47.5. Open at 48.5.
I actually like that under too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, defenses do usually step up earlier in the season. So,
Yeah,
okay, now we got 2 games left. Texans and Bears is Sunday Night Football. Bears are probably going to be without Keenan Allen or Roma Dunze or both. So, I
quick
got
one. Texans
I got
finna
Texans.
that.
Texans, easy.
Bears got to Bears got to prove it to me now. I thought they were going to be a lot better, and I'm starting to have my doubts because of that O line, which has always been bad the last few years, and it didn't look any better. And Caleb Williams didn't look great, so I'm going to go Texans. But let me look at the lines in this. Cody, what do you think about that?
No, I think the Texans are going to handle them easily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
favored by 6.5. It's still 6 right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Texans are going to. I think they're going to do their job.
Yeah.
yeah.
The one thing is the Bears
Like
secondary.
20 plus.
Bears are good on the defensive side. I will say that.
No,
Yeah,
they
they got
are.
some good corners. They got some good corners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Got a good pass rush too.
But
Yep.
clearly, the Texans can put up a buck 60 on one of the best run defenses in the league on paper. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Joe Mixon might have a big day again, honestly.
Yeah, easily.
Because what did Tony Pollard ran for like 90 on the Bears?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sure did.
I
He
mean,
ran for a lot of yards.
yeah. So
So
Texas might do it again to him.
I
They might
bet
honestly they might try to play that kind of way again, just like out the gate. The script is going to be a lot of mixing and then play action.
yeah,
Probably hit Nico on a deep shot. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a good win for the Texans, probably convincingly towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be fun to see just quarterbacks, that the whole narrative of Caleb and CJ Stroud and whatever. But yeah, Eagles, Falcons, a quick one. I don't think the Eagles are going to really mess around too much because it's a home game. Kirk on Monday night's terrible. Last time we played at the Eagles was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons, like we talked about, just have not been able to call any play action plays, which is what Kirk's bread and butter is. So I'm going to assume they don't do it a lot because he's still not healthy. And even if he does do more play action, I don't really think it's going to be that effective because of how weak his foot is right now to push off. So
yeah,
Falcons are going to run Bijan to death this game because the Eagles are okay on defense
Mm-hmm.
and they could throw him the ball a lot too. So I would expect Bijan to have another good game. I would hope Drake London can get a couple more catches and a touchdown. Maybe Kyle Pitts. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's all on Kirk right now in the play calls. So
yeah,
Yeah,
just
give me
tough.
the Eagles. Eagles
Yeah.
are gonna. No offense, but I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna handle business.
It's a 6.5 spread. Over
I
under
was just about to
47
ask
and a
you.
half. Yeah. Eagles are
Cause
gonna win.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just the Kirk thing. Simply, I
Yeah.
know you just said it, but like, I got a gut feeling that like I ain't gonna wish an injury on him, but just say Kirk were to, to be playing bad enough to where they just like, all right, Kirk, it's obvious we're not finna get you fucked up out here, and they
Yeah.
put Penix in.
Yeah.
I
And
think
Penix
Penix
goes.
would be able to make some shake against the Eagle, bro.
True.
He could.
That boy got a cannon for an arm, and I just like him. I liked
Yeah.
him coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
I do too.
And
So
they got a young secondary. I know they got Quinion Mitchell and
Young Mitchell.
Cooper
yeah,
DeJean, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not
has
high
Dean
on the
played?
Falcons right now. DeJean played a little. I don't know how good he was, but I know he was struggling in the preseason.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know Quinion starts for them, so
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see. Darius Slay's looking good. I mean, I don't know. I hope that Drake London can have a good game. They just didn't target him but 3 times last week.
yeah, I'm trading the shit out of him in my other fantasy league.
Dude, it's pissing me off because I love Drake London. It's just not like I don't know what to do. Like I
He's just too
honestly,
inconsistent for me.
yeah. I mean, it's just he's been cursed since he has been on the Falcons with bad quarterbacks, and Kirk is bad right now. So
Yeah,
It is what it is. That's pretty much going to be it for the show, other than our last final thoughts, which is just fantasy football. Somehow squeaked out a dub, like I mentioned. Jay and me play this week. Jay got a good dub against Seth. Jay is projected, I think, second right now in the power rankings. Cody lost in a close one. Cody, who do you play this week? Do you know?
Play Mason.
Oh, the best team right now.
Best in the league. So
he's projected 137.
So I'm probably just gonna sleep, kind of maybe go grill. We'll just listen to
some burgers on the grill.
How about that? The Titans and Cody win on Sunday.
Oh man.
Hey.
Now that'd be a great.
Jay, my man. Jay winning.
Yeah. No, Cody, no. We don't need no Jay winning this week.
No, I'm telling
you. You can put down the back burner, please. No, I do think Jay beats me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just banged up, bro. I got no Jordan Love, no CMC. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. If shit, I can't talk because I'm gonna humble myself.
I will say anything can happen.
It's true.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
It's a dude in my league who literally was projected at 126 last week, and he scored 56.
Bro, what? Who did he have?
Where do you? I'll screenshot it after this and I'll show it to you. He had like 56.3. It's the dude who created the college football website.
Oh, really? I bet he was pissed.
Bad. Yeah, I bet he's gonna be like, "Oh, I was just paying attention to college this week." Nah, but look at who you started. You paid attention. He started Joe Burrow over on Aaron Rodgers, which everybody would have. I would have done.
Right.
But it was just a bad blunder of a week. It was actually probably the lowest scoring week I've ever seen.
That's true. That's one of the lowest I've ever heard of. I was about to be there, bro. Well, I had no choice for a minute. I was like 76 or 74, and then going into that Monday night game, I'm like, okay, CMC can get me to win because like it's CMC, whatever. And then they roll them out, and I'm like, I'm pissed. I was in a group chat like, all right, I'll see y'all next year, whatever, GG's. And then I'm like, wait a minute. They ruled him out officially on the ESPN app. I'm like, hold up, I can move him to the IR. That's clutch. Because I don't have anybody on my bench that's on the Niners or the Jets. So it's like you're screwed in that situation. You can't pick up. You can't just play anybody. So it's like you got to have a backup. And then I found Mason, which I was like, okay, I know Elijah Mitchell's out for the year. I didn't like him anyways. I thought Mason was going to be pretty good. And then I found him. I was like, he's projected 2, but I know that's about to go up. I know they're about to give him the ball regardless. Yeah. And so I was just like, that's my last resort, and it worked out. So that's all I got to say. And I hope that me and Jay have a good game.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be one.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun show, guys. I know it was a little bit longer than some of our others, but it's because it's like the first week that we're really doing both college and NFL recaps plus the predictions. We're trying to fit it all into one. We're still learning as we go. But Jay, you're welcome on the show anytime you want to come. If you want to join next week or whatever, let us know. It's usually on Wednesdays around 6 or 5 your time.
So. And I'll use the off on Wednesday.
Okay. So guess what? You might want to be full-time on the Muffed Sports. So just let us know.
Baby.
All right. Well, yes, sir. And let's start the shirts now for Jay Knows Ball.
Jay Knows Ball. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be ending the show, obviously, and getting the, editing and stuff through the night, posting tomorrow. You'll see Jay, obviously, you'll be on some TikToks on Instagram. So I hope you're cool with that. I think you are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do you dirty.
I don't want no fan base. I don't want no fan base with I'm about to get married like you soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't need the clout.
Don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need that clout.
You don't need it. It comes with too much trouble. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. It was another great show in the Muffed Sports. And I'm your host, Hayden Haynes. That's Jay Pruitt. And that's Cody Hart. And we'll be back.
Yes,
sir.
All right. Appreciate y'all. I'm ending it somehow.